What's up, everybody? Now, I watched a very interesting video, 2025, The End of Our World as We Know It by Peter Layden on the Free Think channel. That was really cool. Then I listened to Luke Smith and his video about the economy is fake, also very good. No, I didn't listen to everything though, because it was just comforting to know that other people are aware. And then one I have yet to check is online piracy's great comeback. Oh nothing. Something. What was that phrase? Okay. Anyways, I don't remember the phrase. It's something about that if nothing is owned, then piracy isn't uh, bad. Something like that. Whatever. Anyways, let's talk about. I want to mention something that people don't see. Now in Peter Layden's video, he talks about the eras of certain changes and the arrival of other historic changes, and the most recent one that we see is artificial intelligence, clean energy, bioengineering. Now, what I want to say is that there is another aspect that most people don't see because with all these three things mentioned, artificial intelligence, for example, there is some dark aspects that most people are paying attention to or put their minds into or give their attention to. Clean energy and bioengineering. Bioengineering, for the most part, refers to people talking about using or inserting tech into the body. Now, what most don't see is the other world that, technically speaking, has already existed and is just hidden, but people are returning to it. Number one is returning to the natural world. That's self sustainability. So that's the historic change that most people don't see. It's the end of the world of, or the notion that the world is only possibly lived through economic procedures, methods, and systems. Okay, uh, it gets rid of the notion. It's a going away from the notion that things are only possible through economic tools like money, and returning back to a life filled with passion, doing what you love, and learning. Now, artificial intelligence and the tech and the information that the brings together, like a library, and like people coming together, that information is still always been around, still going to be around. That's very useful. Clean energy, you have themes of solar punk, for example, while others are entertaining themes of cyberpunk. You have those who are talking about solar punk or permaculture. Other people have other fancy names they've come up with, like electroculture. And then with bioengineering, like I said, some people, when it comes to bioengineering, they're referring to the artificial insert of certain artificially made uh, I guess you could say miniature machines, computers, bioengineering also on a molecular chemistry level, but even bioengineering on an electrical energy level. Now that energy level is the part I really want to talk about because the energy level isn't the use of a computer or a machine being inserted to you. What people don't see is the energy level of, for example, something as simple as wearing copper. But this copper, let's say I take this copper right now is in connection with my electrical bioenergy, and I can add a few operating amps to this, mechanical operating amps, okay, analog operating amps, not digital. These will be mechanical tools taking my energy and amplifying it, and therefore I am healing myself, but I'm also amplifying my energy and the ionic field and the local field around me, our aura, our bioelectromagnetic field. Now, there is something, for example, called the scalar plasma projector, or just a plasma projector. This guy named Devon, the Black Airbender, he's promotes that, and that's a very useful tool. And then at the same time, there's the world of people just becoming self-sustainable with everything that has already happened. Okay, so this self-sustaining world and this connection to the nature, to the plants, to the animals, to our energies, and the things that nature provides for us to amplify and be very self-sustaining, also brings in a world of sports, super sports, that coincides with what I call the mega project. Okay. And the mega project has to deal with self sustainability, all right, self efficiency, and abundance and thriving expression, artistic expression, creativity. And, creativity and expression, especially customization, never ends. One of the goals, one of the things we're doing with the mega project is, for example, the video game world where people love to play and customize their gear and always have to and never stop customizing because it's a form of creativity. It's never going to end. It's fun, you know. So that form of customization and then learning new abilities or acquiring new abilities, even in the physical real world with playing sports, that's what this mega project has to do or has to deal with. Um, so yeah, that's the other world that other people don't see. It's a world that already exists in different parts of the world, in different people, on different aspects. I don't want to say small, but different pieces that fit a bigger, larger, more efficient, self-sustaining, progress, evolution driven, and yeah, I like the term self-sustaining driven way of life. Why? Because, like I've said before, with everything people are learning and how information is coming together and the illusions that are breaking, we are now realizing that all of this is everything that has happened is culminating to lead us right back into something that is very familiar for a lot of us, yet sometimes tends to be overshadowed by people's fears, insecurities, or one-sided ways of thinking. Like, for example, some people think we need more computers, more AI, more money, more politics. It's like, no, we don't need that. We don't need that. Okay? What we need is very simple. Everything else is like play. Economies are a fantasy that were meant and are meant to be play. They're not meant to be taken so serious or to determine the quality of your life or what is possible. You see? That's the other side that people, I think, some see, but also some don't talk about too much. But they have tidbits. Everyone has aspects. So it's all culminating together. And with that being said, that's all I got for the video, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you like that. Hope you learned something. Remember, you can join the Mega Project through email. Go check out my previous videos. I'll update this video later with the email. Just check out my last 3 or 4 or 6, 9 videos. You'll see it. Okay. All right, whatever. You know what? Let me just put it right here. Okay, fine. Let me just put it right here. Join the mega project. Okay, yada yada. Love is law. I am love at gmail.com. Okay. Much love to everybody. Keep growing and stay focused. Do not get distracted. Go back to recreating your own self-sustaining life. Okay, your own miniature economies, your own microeconomies, okay, your own micro lifestyle, man. Like, come together, share the world and nature. There's already this stuff already exists, but at the same time, there's a lot of overcomplications surrounding it. In order to get rid of the overcomplications, we have to take the individual and collective responsibility to remain harmonious with nature, with ourselves, to be honest, to constantly work on ourselves, and also remember the animals are our friends, not food. Okay, that is also very important. What are you feeding your temple? Are you feeding your temple death, fear, pain, or are you elevating? Because I'm gonna tell you one thing: especially with the sun and the celestial bodies becoming much more powerful and aligned. If you aren't elevating yourself, if you aren't elevating yourself, uh, hold on, I'm getting this little insect mosquito thing, mosquito burner, smoke thing, smoke repellent, whatever. If you aren't elevating yourself overall, spiritually, intellectually, emotionally, physically, you're going to hurt yourself. Okay, so might as well start now. Okay, reconnect with nature, reconnect with the animals. Okay, remember they are friends, not food. Learn how they treat the energy of love and its many expressions. They don't waste it. I've talked about how dogs um, utilize their sacred energy and play with their root sacred energy, but they never waste it like most humans. That's very important to know. All right, because that's like an activator. Anyways, I've done a video about that as well. Talked about it in my video about Scorpio Prime. You could look that as well. Peace.